What is design thinking? The design process challenges students to combine empathy, ingenuity, and rationality to meet user needs and create successful solutions with an innovator's mindset.
The process of setting up the immersion has to do with providing the opportunity for select students to be able to go through a deep dive in a short period of time on what is design thinking, which is an experience. It's not a formula. So the more you do it, the better you learn it. And the opportunity then are for these students to have that kind of experience. I want design thinking to be the opportunity for students to understand and experience soft skills in collaboration, discovery, empathy, ideation, prototyping, all of those skills that organizations and companies want to have in those they employ. So the ability to do innovative problem solving and problem discovery is key for students as they graduate.
Design thinking relies on distinct but related elements: empathizing, defining the scope of an issue, imagining possibilities, prototyping ideas, incorporating feedback. These elements create an active learning environment. Inquiry into the problem is grounded in an empathetic knowledge of those affected by both the problem and potential outcomes, with the imperative to imagine how others in multiple circumstances will be affected.
So the emotion, the connection, the distinction between what you get with data compared to what you get when you're looking somebody in the eye, those are all key things about research. And it's what makes design thinking and this primary source of research so important to solving problems. Let me ask you another question. Are you still solving exactly this problem, or has something changed?
I think we're still solving that problem, but it's become more like of a personal, so exactly what was wrong with my life, or for that question. And so we are doing it more on a specific scale, I guess.
There you go. Understanding that your users are unique and stepping back from what you think the problem is and what you think might solve the problem is so critical in this process. So you need to hang on to that connection you have with your user in any kind of design thinking effort.
The success of the design thinking process then rests upon the ability to engage multiple perspectives for input and feedback. Failure is an integral learning component of design thinking and the springboard to success.
So I would like you to make sure that those sketches are laying on the table in front of you. And what I want you to do now is user A and user B. I want you to switch seats, leaving your drawings right where they are. Okay, why don't we do that?
Like switch seats with each other?
Switch seats. Okay. What you have now done, and I want to give credit to the D School, I saw them do this. You have now literally put your ideas in the hands of your user. Think about what your user told you about your sketches. They'll converge on one that you can take to the next level, still a rough prototype, and refine it for your user. And then what we're going to do is build it. So I tell you that because you kind of have to sketch something that could be real.
When we first started off, my initial thoughts and my initial design of how I wanted things to go completely evolved throughout the entire process. from each stage that we went through, it was just constantly changing, and I never really had a concrete idea until I actually put my final design together. And I had this design which was just completely different than what our initial question was all about, but it actually worked much better.
I'm sitting at a table with a legal major, a geologist, and myself in film, and we all had completely different thoughts on how to address the problem and the kinds of questions to ask each other, and ended up coming up with very different end products as a result. Seeing that whole experience kind of come to fruition, everything, I think it was really valuable.
We started out with a simple question, and at the end we ended up with a prototype. I met new friends. I came out with new perspectives about this thinking process, and I will definitely use it in my everyday life.